Um, so
Yeah.
my photos here of my children keep falling off the wall, which is why these things are on it. But this is what I want to talk about today. I don't know why, but I do know why. I'm anxious today. Today was the first day of school for my kids. I don't know about yours, but as I was putting them to bed last night and I was having some conversations with them, you can think back to those times when we were, it's the day before school, and it was like nervous excitement, like can't wait to see our friends and can't wait to see your favorite teacher, and can't wait to get back to your old stomping grounds and have that communication, and you've got that favorite outfit. Like it's that, you know what I'm talking about? Like you get all excited, and it was missing in my children last night, y'all. It was missing. What was present was anxiety and anxiousness. Um, they're going back to school in fear. Uh, there are so many opinions out there, and they are such polar opposites of each other, and they're so passionately opposite of each other, that it becomes fairly difficult for a child to answer the question, who's right, who's wrong. Hey, maybe neither of them are right. Maybe both of them are wrong. I don't know. But there's this anxiety, and it just kept coming back to me this morning as what poor leadership for our kids. What horrible leadership for our children. Like we get all caught up in all this. I got an email this weekend from a friend of mine that had a Churchill quote on it. I'm going to read it here. It says, "You'll never get anywhere if you stop to throw rocks at every barking dog." You'll never get anywhere if you stop to throw rocks at every barking dog. Mm. Wow. Like I look at our stuff and I look at these baseless opinions, and this, like, these self-anointed experts, and in this deceit and deception and ulterior motives, and I'm like, oh my gosh, they don't have anything to do with our children. They don't have anything to do with our children, and they certainly aren't good leadership. So my question for you would be, what are the dogs in your life today? We know what they are for our kids, because I got to tell you right now, we have kids that are in school right this second, right this moment, as we sit here on this call, as we are listening to this. There are children in school that don't know whether or not it's okay to take their mask off or put their mask on, or whether or not they'll be judged if they don't think that they should wear their mask, or they're going to be judged if they think they should wear their mask. They've got teachers who actually don't want to be there, right? Because they're afraid. And hey, right or wrong, we also have people that are trying to defund police, and there are police that are there, Sandy Hook, right? That's all I gotta say, Sandy Hook, that are there to protect our kids, and our kids are feeling the anxiousness, they're feeling the stress, they're feeling the anxiety. Folks, this is not leadership, and our children, your children, our neighbors' children, our neighbors' neighbors' children need our leadership, and they need it today. They need to feel safe. They need to know and trust that you have their security, their well-being first and foremost. They are looking for you to be the leader. My kids are looking for you to be the leader. I don't know. I don't know what your North Star is. I sure as heck know what my North Star is. And I can tell you right now, North Star is not all these barking dogs. It's not political correctness. It's not Biden versus Trump. It's not defund the police or fund the police. It's none of those things. It is living focused on the things that matter. You can't get anywhere if you stop to throw rocks at every barking dog. So how do you stay focused on the things that are most important? I'm going to go through 4 little tricks that I use to keep myself focused. Hopefully they'll help you to become an even better leader than you already are. Number 1, you got to know your target. You got to stay hyper focused. I know this is sort of funny, but listen, the bottom line is blinders, okay? Blinders. There are a lot of barking dogs out there. You got to put your blinders on and you got to stay focused on what's important. And that debate that's happening on Facebook is not it. Follow what I'm saying? Number 2, you got to have discipline. I mean, I know this seems super, super simple and we've talked about it before. It's just not easy, right? Listen, discipline is hard, especially when it's just this one time and nobody's looking and right? The best trick that I have found is through habit stacking. If you don't know what habit stacking is, you're welcome to message me. Habit stack, I'll send you the video that talks about it. But the long and short is it basically takes 3 to 5 very specific actions. They're not really that big. We're going to do them for 25 days. They become habits. We stack in a different, anyway, it goes on and on. But you've got to have discipline. So number 1, focus. And number 2, discipline. Number 3, you got to choose what you're going to water your crops with. You got to choose how you're going to feed your crops. If you feed your crops with, toxic rain, guess what? You're going to have a toxic harvest. You've got to figure out how you're going to water your crops with something that is going to deliver great harvest, right? And we talk about reading 10 pages of a book every day. We talk about making sure that you're filling the space, right? Filling the space, because we all have vacancy. We all have vacancy. And if it's left vacant, it leaves room for whatever you come across, right? It could be a barking dog. You don't know, right? So fill it early with really positive information and then videos and events and that kind of stuff. So number 1, know the targets, focus. Number 2, discipline. Number 3, choose what you're going to water your crops with. And number 4 is accountability. And accountability can come in a bunch of different ways. So I don't want to get too deep into this, but you're going to have to figure out which one works for you. It can be a mentor. It can be a coach. It could be a scoreboard. It could be your kids. It could be your journal. It could be, hey, listen, my wife is doing something where, just as a reminder, she's got a bracelet. And when she does something that she doesn't want to do, she moves the bracelet to the other. That's a perfect example of accountability. Those are 4 really, really simple steps for you to stay focused on what's really important and not the barking dogs. But let me ask you one last time, okay? For our kids, be an exceptional leader today. I hope you guys have a great day.